Welcome, everyone, to a special solo session of Star Wars Syndicates and Secrets. We'll jump right in before Rolling Destiny. We'll jump right in with a recap. Aldas sinned and his, or just in general, everyone, the group of merry adventurers coming from Midban to the Glavis Ring World. After landing on the ring world, Aldous left his companions in search of an old hideaway cache he left on the ring world long ago. As Aldous takes one of the many lifts down to the slums of the ring world, could he kindly remind the audience who we see as he steps out of the lift when it opens?
As the lift opens, you see, clouded in black robes, a young Arcanian, white hair, blue eyes, light blue skin, relatively tall, slender build, and that's who you see. Oh, yes, for the audience, of course, he is a now exiled Jedi Sentinel, Shadow.
And with that, would you do me a favor and roll Destiny twice? Once for
Indeed.
yourself and once for me. One
Perfectly
light, one
balanced.
dark. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. As you step out of this lift, the first thing that catches your eye is the fact that the slums of this area drop right into space. You push someone over the edge, they're falling into space. And you also see a grouping of some rather not friendly looking Aqualish as they are kind of hanging over the railing that leads out from the lift.
All right. Do I have a sense of direction where I should be going? Do I recognize this place?
Let's see.
Actually, before you even do that, let me find it real quick. I'm going to go ahead and use Shroud. Here's what
Okay.
that does. And I have to use my Destiny point for that, so
Character may
there
spend
you
one
go.
Destiny point to make himself undetectable via force powers and make his own powers go. Ooh, okay. And we'll say for the sake of things, this entire session will be an encounter.
Okay.
Because normally encounters are, when you're thrown into like you're talking to someone or you're in combat, we'll just consider this entire session an encounter.
Sounds good to me.
And this is the first time on the recording that character sheets are going to be shown because of how I have the recording set up.
Oh, I can see all
Indeed.
my whoopsies.
Yeah, so I gotta look at your skills real quick. Okay. You can give me, because it's been a while since you've been on the Glavis Rim World.
Okay.
You can give me a moderate perception check.
Moderate perception. When you're ready.
It is ready.
Okay.
As you step out of the lift, and hopefully you have control over your token. You do.
I do.
Perfect. It's been a while since you've been here, but there are, if you can see them, hopefully it works. There are buildings across the way from you. You It's been a while. Some of the, signs have changed. There's graffiti all over the place, but the middle building you do recognize as your old stash.
This one?
Uh this one.
Oh, that one. Okay.
As you step out of the lift, however, one of the Aqualish turns, noticing you, and looks at his buddy and goes, "Look what we got here. What will you come down to the slums for? You don't see many visitors."
Well, as it would happen, I'm just visiting.
So, what are you here for?
my own business. And let me find it. I say I would very much appreciate it if you let me on my way so I can get out of your territory. And I would like to cast influence, or I would like to attempt to cast influence to try to just give him feelings of ease that I'm not going to cause him problems.
Okay.
And I think, excuse me. Oh, yeah, that's right. Where is
Gotta
it?
remember how the force works.
Wait, was that it? Nope, that was a dice. Where is it? That was it, wasn't
It's, I believe. Let me
it?
look at your sheet here. So it is. It's in the dice pool. It's this your force rating. You'll see I just changed it. It's above the destiny pool. It's above the
Yeah,
yeah. It's
I
there.
just I clicked the dice, right? Well, right below
Uh,
it.
you do, but you have to enter your force rating as a one. I believe your force rating is a one right now.
Oh, was this okay? That's weird. I'll do it
So you
again.
have to. So yes.
Hmm.
So you have a dark side pip.
I'm going to use that.
Okay, and what does that happen? What happens is use the dark side for point.
I take a number of strain. I think just one,
Mm-hmm.
and then that generates conflict, which we roll at the end. Yeah.
Yes, I think it's one conflict point,
Yes.
and then we roll to see something that
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. Yeah. They get added up at the end, and we roll, and it has to like beat that or whatever.
Hmm. Okay, so you tap into the dark side of the Force to influence his mind, and you're telling him, don't worry, I'll get out of your hair. He looks at his buddy and he just goes, "All right, on your way then. Don't cause any trouble."
Excuse me. I say, as I'm assuming they're trying to turn away.
Yeah,
Do you know who those two are? Are they friends of yours?
he looks at you and says, "Oh, you must be new here then, huh? These are the Aqualish slums. This is our gang. This is our territory."
I see. I did not know that. It has been quite some time since I've been here. Thank you for the information. And I'm going to walk this way. Do I have a movement cap?
Nope, you walk
Okay.
until I say stop.
Okay. As I've kind of walking away, can I make a some kind of check to about this place, about who these guys' rivals or enemies would be? Or
Sure.
maybe like even as a race who they don't really get along with.
That would be a knowledge underworld.
Okay.
And it's going to be hard because you haven't been here in a while.
Yeah. Knowledge. Oh, just underworld, that's right.
You, as you were heading towards the lift to head down into the slums, you would have overheard a couple people talking about this particular level of the slums, this section of the slums. Um, you know that this Aqualish gang, used to hold their own territory in on the entertainment level before the Huts came in and basically, strong-armed them and threw them out. So not friendly with the Huts.
Put that there for my memory.
Hmm.
I don't even know if I spelled that right, but we go.
You did spell it correctly.
Hell yeah. Okay, well, I'm just gonna risk it for the biscuit and move all the way down.
Okay. You see, as you're walking up, these other Aqualish kind of give you a look.
What is this right here? Is that just rubble?
It's just rubble.
Okay.
This door should be closed. How dare you be open?
Yeah, this one down here is closed to, or open too. I assume that meant to be closed.
Yeah.
Um, it wasn't. I didn't take it as being very specific. Was this my? Do I know this to be my building, or does this area just look familiar to me?
You would recognize this building to be your old cache. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I will. I'm gonna hope that these guys saw my interaction and are taking these guys letting me pass as good to go. That is
Okay.
that. That is my hope. It probably won't work.
All right. Well, as you walk up to the door, the first thing so the first thing you notice is it's locked, but that's no issue because you locked it the last time you were here. You're able to pull out, whatever futuristic unlocking device Star Wars has, like a remote control or something, key card to uh
NFT.
yeah, to unlock the door. um give me a perception check.
Perception.
Oh, oh,
Oh!
you absolutely hear uh one of the two Aqualish say to the other one behind you, um we've been trying to get into that building forever. I think its owner's back. We should go tell the boss.
Okay, one sec. Are we keeping triumphs and advantages? Was that your rule?
So
Or do I have to use them
triumphs
immediately?
so advantage cannot be banked. Triumphs, until I think otherwise, can be.
Until it breaks your game? Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't really do anything with those other than just give myself advantage, right? On
Yeah.
my next roll.
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm going to turn around
Mm-hmm.
and ask them, "Excuse me, do you know who lived here before?"
Let's see. I'm gonna roll something for them. Aqualish thug of the slums.
Thug.
Thug. Thug life.
Literally living it.
Yep.
Oop, I didn't even write down my triumph. Should probably find our thingy and remember what those do. Pins.
Okay, hold on. I'm just going to roll a random skill because they don't have many skills, but I'm just gonna roll a random one. We'll call it, just for the sake of things, we'll just roll as coercion. Ooh. Uh, the one who is whispering turns, looks at you, and says, "We didn't until now.
Until now.
Seems its owner has returned."
Ah, I confess I'm not the true owner. I I was happened upon by a hot gang member, and I searched his body after I defended myself, and I found this, and it led me here. Do you have any idea what would be inside?
Give me a, let's see here. think maybe a streetwise. Give me or a coercion's more intimidation. I don't
There's
know.
deception.
Is there deception?
Yeah,
Roll
it's
deception.
okay. Can I give both of my advantages to that?
I believe two advantage gives one blue die.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll add a blue die.
All right.
Okay. They look at you and kind of look at each other and say, "If you swiped it off, what a gang member who used to live here, probably his gear inside. You know, whatever's in there, our boss would be willing to pay you quite the sum."
Whew, what a happy coincidence. I was thinking of if why don't you come in and we'll see together what's inside. If there's anything, look at me. I can't really carry a lot, so I may need some help bringing this back to my ship. If there's anything I set my eyes upon, I can pay you for the trouble.
Give me okay, you can give me another deception. This one isn't really, to deceive them. It's more so to actually give me a negotiation because it's more so convincing them to not go to their boss right away.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
That means one
It's
of
like a
them,
neutral.
yeah. So
Okay.
you don't fail, but you don't succeed. So it's a situation where they look at each other, they kind of huddle, they talk to each other and say, "He'll go in with you, but I'm gonna go talk to our boss." So
Refresh.
you're getting
Give
help,
give
but you're not.
give me 1 second. Let me look up an Aqualish, just so you don't have to do all the. Oh, those guys.
Yeah, those guys, Ponda
Okay.
Baba.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, well, uh, look, not to insult yourself, but I'm not the most able-bodied person. I will probably need several hands for this. How does how does 75 credits apiece sound to you?
Hmm. I'll allow another negotiation, and I'll give you a blue die on top of it.
Okay.
So let me tell you when that's
Uh,
ready.
is that blue die from my advantage? Or no, I
Uh,
need. Yeah, from the advantage I generated.
yeah, and I'll give you an extra for the credits.
Okay.
They look at each other, they look at you and say, "Yeah, I think we can do that."
Ah, wonderful. Ah, I tell you, this place is much better than when the huts used to run things. And I'll turn and open the door, and I'll walk inside.
Okay, and they're going to follow along. It is a very dusty building. You haven't been here in a very long time. Um, Dust covers the place. It hasn't. It doesn't look like it's been touched in a very long time since you were here.
Does this door shut automatically?
The one behind them.
Yeah. Is that that's
Yeah,
how
well,
doors in Star Wars work, right?
yeah, we'll say so.
Okay. I want to shut it.
Fine, let me open it. Here.
Yay. Okay. Okay, I'm inside. What do I see other than what's obvious?
You see you see the obvious things. You see, what you left behind when you spent time here. You see disheveled bed. You see a disheveled, like little kitchen area. Um, instead of like a computer here, there are a couple cases that you left behind on the desks. Knowing this place, you do know that you've left a hidden stash somewhere in the bathroom area.
In the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, you said these are crates.
Yeah, we'll say those are like little crates that have stuff in them.
I go and crack one open just a little bit, kind of just so I can like see it myself.
Yeah, you crack one open. Inside of it, you see a couple of med packs. You also see um, some other small gear like binoculars and some binders.
Okay. You said this isn't actually a computer.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is. We'll just say it's just like desk space with like another crate.
Okay. I'll walk over to the next crate and kind of poke inside, and I'll say not really to anyone in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, looks like someone was just kind of living bare bones out of here. I'm sorry this to waste your time, but there might not be anything worthwhile in here after all. Guess I just got. Guess the guy just became more desperate than I was.
Looks like a pretty nice place. Otherwise,
It does.
you peek into another crate. Inside of it, you see a bundle um, of clothing. Inside of it seems to be a belt and some robes.
Are they what kind of robes?
They seem to be very old um, Jedi robes. But
I will pull like just basic like the black cloak or the brown cloak rather.
yeah, the brown cloak, which are Jedi robes, but they also used them when they went into disguise and no one knew they were Jedi.
Right.
So you
Yeah,
can,
just the basic outer
yeah,
cloak.
the
Okay.
basic. I need to not be known as a Jedi cloak.
Right. I will pull those out
Okay.
and I'll turn to the others and I'll say, "Blast. Do you know what these are?" And that's a question I'm going to ask and like wait for a response for.
Okay. Again, Aqualish aren't the smartest people, and they're just thugs. So I'm gonna roll something for them,
Ooh.
and it's gonna be rather hard.
Aldous might have over smooted this.
It's gonna be rather hard for them. So let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna. We're gonna see if this rolls. I'm just gonna do a straight intellect. So they don't know. They don't. These guys don't know what it is. They look at you as you pull out the robes. And I'm gonna say with the threat, however, though, uh, this guy right here goes. The guy closer to the door begins to kind of like walk out as he's talking and says, "Yeah, I appreciate the credits, but if we're cracking open loot, I gotta get the boss. He wants to know."
I think I think your boss is going to want to see this.
The other guy
These
goes, "What is it?"
these are robes of a Jedi.
Have to wonder how they're gonna react.
I was just thinking that. I said it and I was like, are they even going to know what that means?
I think I feel like
Surely. Order 66 was
yeah,
a big
I was gonna
deal.
say I feel like even the lowliest of life forms know what a Jedi is. So the guy walking to the door stops dead in his tracks before reaching the door and turns around and they both look at you, look at each other, and time kind of slows down. I'll give Aldous a quick decision if he wants, but you kind of see both of them reaching for their blaster pistols.
Let me think. Let me think.
You don't know if they're going to shoot you. You don't know what they're going to do. So I'm giving you a quick little one action to do.
Okay, let me think of how to phrase this. Which one reached for his blaster first?
The one directly in front of you.
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do two things.
Mm-hmm.
One, two kind of separate things, but they go together. But
Okay.
one may fail, one may not. Either way, I'm going to say first off, I'm going to use influence again on this guy, having noted that he's the first one that might draw.
Mm-hmm.
Before I roll that, I'm going to role play what I'm saying. I'll kind of, again, not looking at either of them in particular, kind of like dart back and forth. I'll say, if the person that lived here must have been a Jedi, then he may have hidden his laser sword somewhere in this apartment. And I know you want to get your boss because we're opening stuff, but what would I don't know. I maybe it'd be better if we looked around a little bit more and you could offer it to him as like an empowering tribute instead of letting him find it himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll roll my influence just to again put their minds at ease. I'm not trying to threaten them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So those other rules don't matter. It's just
Yeah.
the
I was like, uh-oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you do have
I'm
another
going
black force
I'm
point.
going to use that force ability because Aldous went through a lot of emotion with that Padawan dying, and he's just trying. His mind isn't all there, if you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean.
Yeah.
So I added my strain already.
All right. So you influence the first guy. You see him, kind of get a relaxed form. What was the second thing you wanted to do, or was that it?
So that was kind of in tandem
Oh, the
with what I
talking.
said with the talking.
Yeah.
My logic in doing both was I can either try to use my force ability, or if that failed,
Mm-hmm.
I could fall back to like a deception or something like that.
Okay. So you successfully influence him. He stops reaching for his blaster. He kind of raises his hand to the other guy to stop as well. He begins. The guy at the door walks up and goes, if you're lying to us and you're a Jedi, you're legally obligated to tell us.
Don't you work for a crime boss?
Jedi go for a lot of money these days.
How much?
Uh, the other guy goes, I heard the Empire's paying upwards of 10,000 credits.
That is a lot. I will give you that. Well, sounds like you individuals might have a choice then, because if your boss finds out about this, surely word would not reach the Empire.
Hmm. No, but if the other guy goes, uh, we're not really in the business of screwing over our boss. The other guy, the guy who you influenced, goes. They're just kind of talking back and forth at each other.
I'm gonna walk over here kind of nonchalantly just to look around. You
Mm-hmm.
said earlier that the cash was in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, do I remember where I put it? Like, is it concealed? Is it like another crate in there?
Give me a perception as they're just kind of talking back and forth. Oh boy.
Sheesh.
You you remember that you hid it in like the like toilet compartment.
Do I recall the size?
It is a not a large crate, um, something you could definitely easily carry, like in one hand under your like armpit.
Okay.
All the meanwhile, the two guys are talking back and forth like, we could sell to the Empire, but we'd go behind our boss's back. Think of what we could do to the huts with a laser sword.
Overhearing this, I'm gonna turn around and like, look, this is a big decision. I'm not seeing anything too much of value here, but I'm sure if you really looked it over, uh, you might find something. So there was a box in there with some med kits, some basic, first aid stuff, a few straps of clothing. I'd hate to leave here with nothing. So how about I just leave with that, and I'll pay you for the trouble of helping me out. And well, after that, the decision is really yours of what to do. Because I mean, I'm just trying to make my way in the universe. I don't really care if the Empire comes and investigates some presumed dead Jedi, or if you find a weapon and reclaim what's left of your taken territory. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just trying to live.
They look at each other and they both kind of nod their head. One of the one who's walking towards the door goes, "Yeah, I think I like that idea. You know, boss has been looking for someone like you. You're just making your way in the world. He could use you. We haven't been able to do what he's needed lately due to the huts." And he kind of like snarls at saying that and kind of like spits on the ground, and goes, "If you're just trying to make your way in the world, you could prove useful to us Aqualish. I don't know what this accent is, but I'm sticking with it.
I think that's
All
called New York.
yeah, all Aqualish are gonna be New Jersey and New York,
Jersey now.
Jersey, canon."
Okay, well, I'm going to. I said 75 apiece, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that puts me to 250. I'm going to go ahead and give both of them what I promised them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take that box and
From the bathroom.
from the bathroom. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is the box I was referring to in my previous little. Do I have? Is there like a spare comm link, or like a just lying around a comm link or something?
I would say so.
Are there two?
Um,
Actually, no. They probably have some, right?
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna
Hmm.
say there's a spare comm link in this room, one that you left behind. However, and I'm not gonna allow you to use a light side point against this, but I'm gonna use a dark side point to say that there is only one comm link.
Okay. I'll put. I'm assuming it's like on the table, so I'll walk
Yeah.
over with the box in hand, and I'll pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, "Tell you what, I'm here with some compatriots, and they're expecting me." Um, I'll pick up the comm link and I'll be like, "How about you sync our frequencies, and after you decide what you're going to do about this place, you let me. You'll know how to reach me."
The one you use the force power on, kind of grabs the comm link and says, "I think we're gonna agree to that."
Okay. I'm assuming he's done with whatever he's doing, so I'll accept the comm link back from his hand, and I'll say, "It was a pleasure. I truly hope that you find something in here that is going to be worth your time and your boss's time, because unfortunately, it was not worth mine." And I'll begin walking out. Do I know that there's nothing else in here? Like, if Is anything of value, like true value, inside the box?
Most of what you would have left behind would be like that would be valuable would be inside this box.
Okay.
And as you're kind of walking to the door, this one says, and as a reminder, we could use someone like you. Boss is just next door if you want to talk to him.
I'll pause by the door and I'll turn around and say, "Who runs the Aqualish? Who controls the Aqualish these days?"
Hmm.
Or actually, before slight retcon, before they do that, could I make a knowledge check to see if I know who that would be, or at least like narrow it down? I have
Yeah.
a rough idea.
So you can give me another. I believe it would be knowledge underworld,
Okay.
and it is set up.
Will I get any of the advantages from the perception?
You certainly can, which is 2.
Cool. All right.
Okay. Uh, as I go to aqualishnamegenerator.com. Oh, you know what? I like this name. So it's. I will tell you, it's not like a in canon named Aqualish.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It's not a Star Wars character that exists. But I will say, you know, you kind of going back again, you would have overheard on your way to the slums, um, that this Aqualish gang and the Aqualish territory is ran by a rather ruthless when it comes to his own territory Aqualish gang leader named Vambu Cracks.
It's a pretty dope name.
Right?
Decisions, decisions. What kind of check could I make to know who is worse between the Huts and the Aqualish?
Um, I'm just gonna give that to you because you
Okay.
were around during the Clone Wars.
Okay.
The Huts are definitely worse.
Okay.
uh,
I figured that'd be the case.
the Huts are pretty bad. And from the knowledge you gained just from overhearing people, it would have sounded like that the Aqualish were essentially like a mediocre gang when they were first here. You know, they were like the guys who would hang out on the street corners and just rough up people before and they would you quote unquote owned a couple streets in the entertainment on the entertainment level before the professionals came in the Huts to rule this unclaimed space, and they were like, you guys are horrible at being a gang. If you show up on this level again, we're just gonna kill you.
Gotcha. Okay. With that knowledge, I will. I'll respond. Like I said, you know how to reach me, and I'm going to exit. And I'm just going to move a couple spaces at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to stop me if you need. My cat is on my lap now. Please don't bite me.
Sudden attack by a
A mom cat.
mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing happens. You walk back to the elevator. Uh, the lift, the other Aqualish, as you approach, kind of just give you a look and just let you go.
This is a lift, right?
Yep.
Right there. Okay. And
And
again, the lift and kind of actually, this is the lift that basically just takes me right back to the ship, right?
yes, this would bring you back to the shopping level.
Okay. Yeah.
Or the
I'll just
landing level, yeah.
I'll just get in.
As you're heading up, do you look in the box?
How long was I traveling down into the level?
Around 20-ish minutes.
I will take the time knowing that I are there
It was
is this
the
level is this
the
level fancy enough to have cameras or anything like that?
No, not at all. The way it was described in the session that you missed is these are the long Mass Effect elevator rides.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, then yeah, I'll take a peek in the box as soon as the door's shut and I feel the
Okay.
elevator moving.
You take a peek in the box. It is very compact stuff. Um, for such a short, tiny box, but you do see um, bits and pieces of old armor in there that you tucked away. Um, you also see what looks to be like the an old lightsaber hilt, um, and stuffed very very tightly in there. Um, seem to be again a couple of uh, robe like bits, and what is inside for you is your old Jedi Temple Guard armor,
Nice.
some diplomat robes, and a lightsaber hilt um, capable of splitting into two. So you can, Ahsoka dual wield.
That's robes. Sam, that's my microphone, please. Ugh. Okay, Jedi Temple Guard armor, diplomat's robes, lightsaber hilt.
Capable of dual
And
wielding.
was that the one hilt?
Yes, it's
Okay.
it's it's the type of lightsaber hilt, like you know how Maul can split up his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Splittable. I'll just say if I know how to spell splittable. Staff. I'll gotcha.
And as you head up the lift, um, assuming you have one, because I imagine everyone in this party would have a comlink. Um, do you have a comlink?
I do. I have the one.
Oh yes. You would
I have the one from in there,
yeah you would
and I
be
guess I have a personal one as well,
you would be getting a
like for the main group.
yeah you would be getting a buzz on your personal comlink. Yeah, you'd be getting a buzz on your personal comlink.
The personal one is the one I had before, or the one
The
that I
personal one
just picked up.
is you had before for the main crew.
I went. One second. Oh, sorry, I kept getting something in my throat. I'll answer it.
You answer it, and you hear a very familiar voice, the voice of your companion Drek, saying, "We accepted a job. We're heading to a club in the entertainment level. Meet us there."
I'll be there.
And as the comms go out and you head up the lift, you did not fight anyone, but you do have an in with an Aqualish gang.
Do you have an in? I should clarify the hilt. That's purely a hilt, right? It's not the full saber pike or the full lightsaber pike.
Um, we'll say it's that. I'll give you
The
that
pike.
instead. Yeah, the pike.
Nice.
So we'll say you get your temple guard robes and the temple guard weaponry with some old robes that you stored.
Gotcha.
Hmm. Leaving the Aqualish behind to basically rummage through the rest of the building.
Yeah, which they'll find med packs and all that other
Hmm.
jazz.
And as you head up the lift, as I said, you didn't fight anyone. You have an inn with an Aqualish gang looking to take back their territory from the Huts. Um, I will give you 5 experience points
Nice.
because it was just a tiny little session,
Yep.
and that's where we'll end this getting all this back up to speed. So you head
Perfect.
for the entertainment level. There's only one thing left to do, and that's to say goodbye to YouTube. So goodbye, YouTube.
Bye,
May the
YouTube.
force be with you.